name is GavinBallard, and this is my senior project. Here we are connecting to my FreeNAS server. FreeNAS has quite a few pre-made accounts and usernames and groups for different security settings. You can set like no group permissions to your guest logins so that they can't log in and other things like that. And we're going to look at the different volumes that I've set up. Got a CIF share, AFS share, a Linux share, and a WebDAV share. This uses the ZFS file system, and with the ZFS file system, it has checksums that your data shows that if it has become corrupted over time, like if the values of the two checksums don't add up, it'll notify you and let you know that your hard disk are going out. Which is what's really cool about NAS is it's supposed to be like for cheap hard drives, and it uses RAID-Z, and it's pretty sweet. Here we're looking at the snapshots that I've got set up, and snapshots are pretty much like backups. It copies all your files that you've chosen on a volume to save, and if someone accidentally deletes something or some other thing happens to your data, you can always roll back to the previous date and go from there. Here we're looking at all the shares that you set up, or that I've set up. This is my Apple share. It enables AFS, and you got your Linux share, which uses NFS. WebDAV share, and that's for like mobile devices, iOS and Android. If you download the WebDAV app, you can connect to the FreeNAS. And the CIF share. And here's all the services that are turned on. There's that smart thing that just manages some of the other services that the FreeNAS uses. Moving along, we're going to look at some of the other things that I've done. Here we are connecting to my ESXi server. Early on I was having a lot of trouble with it. I couldn't get my machines to deploy. I was getting a warning that we'll see here in a second. And a couple weeks ago I finally had some extra time to come back give it another go. See, here's the warning that I was getting back in the old days. It was saying that the ISO file was not found. But I've got a ISO pool that I set up, and then I also set up some ISOs in like a directory folder. And finally I was able to get ESXi to actually work and boot up, and that was a victory. I wish I would have gotten ESXi to work sooner, but here we are in an Apple machine connecting to my FreeNAS. Here we are connecting to the share, and with the right credentials and user password and name, you'll be able to add stuff to the folders and files and pull stuff from the folders and the files. So you can create new stuff, drag stuff in from the system that you're working on. It's pretty good centralized location for storing stuff, this FreeNAS. Here we are at a Linux machine. Just did the df command and my share is mounted to a folder in my Apache server. So that I was planning on making a web application where I could download and upload files to that mount point. I just ran out of time. Here we are on our CIFS shares on a Windows machine. Set up 2 FreeNAS servers and you can connect to both of them. Ideally you can put like all your media stuff like music files and stuff. And what's good about CIFS is you can connect from Linux, Mac, and Windows. And so with FreeNAS being the centralized location for storing everything, everyone can share the same files, so you don't have to go to each machine individually and download all these music files that you wanted to store and save. And then on Windows machines you get that little nasty message, but it's fine. Set up a Spicework account and Spicework to track all of my devices that I have on my network. It scanned everything in the 204.1 network and found pretty much anyone that used any of the things for their senior project machines on there. I mean, it utilizes like Windows credentials and then SSH to see if it actually can get into the thing. Here it shows like warnings and errors. All those warnings I got were from other people's senior projects that it was trying to connect to but didn't have permissions and stuff like that. And just here's all the machines that actually was able to connect to and start tracking all of their information. And then you got this reports page that if something goes wrong, it'll notify you either from this website or could send you an email. And for the final thing in my project, I wanted to do a little something with VoIP, and I've never set up a TeamSpeak server, and I thought it'd be pretty fun to do, so created a TeamSpeak server on one of my Linux boxes, and I'm using the Windows machines to connect to them. I didn't have any of the career fields working, so you can't talk to people, but the other guy will join here in a second. There he is. He just sent me a message across the little chat system. You can reply. And that's the end of my senior project. Goodbye.